Peace and love, family. Peace and love, family. Peace and love, family. Certified all the time. Shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all share this space, man. We about to go all the way in. We about to go all the way live, and we're going to do it the way we do it. This year right here has been the beginning of the end for all the damn tethers. They know it. We know it. The whole goddamn world knows it, family. Let's make this clear. It's a wrap. We've been telling everybody that delineation has pulled up on that doorstep. We've been telling everybody that delineation is in full swing, full effect. And guess what, y'all? Now, every single day and every single moment, you're seeing more and more of these people getting sent home. Y'all remember just a year ago when they was trying to tell foundational Black Americans that they was going to work harder than us, they was going to do better than us, and everything was going to be on the up and up for them? Doesn't look that way. Y'all see these wake-up calls? Somalians, wake-up call. Nigerians, wake-up call. Jamaicans, wake-up call. Everybody getting their damn wake-up call. Everybody going to sleep. And that's a good damn thing. Now you see with Donald Trump out here pushing these policies to get all these people removed from the United States of America, all that is them listening to us. These individuals been hearing every single thing that we've been saying, fam. Trust me when I tell you, delineation and deportation is the same exact thing. And the reason why is because they understand nothing moves in the United States without certified foundational Black Americans. If you ain't got certified foundational Black American on it, then quite frankly, it ain't going nowhere. And if you see right now, everything is in our way. These people got to get the hell up out the United States of America, and that's good because we ain't folding. We out here running the game. But let me say this as well. I believe we going to get to the point where there ain't going to be no immigration. Y'all notice these folks done took it a step further now, right? Y'all notice now they talking about running people completely out of America. No more immigration, no nothing, putting a stop to all of that. Good. I ain't got no problem with it. It's all what it is. And everybody knows for certain this is certified foundational Black America, and nothing goes on without us. Because if y'all remember, these Somalians was running around here having full scale slave auctions, just mocking us left and right. And now I'm mocking them left and right. You got to go home, and you got to take your 4 head and your 5 head and your 6 head with you. Everybody got to go out of the United States of America. That's just what it is. And the bottom line is, family, to keep it all the way 100 with you, this was coming any damn way. This was coming anyway. As soon as we started to say we ain't them and they ain't us, everything flipped. And that's exactly the way it's supposed to be, because that's exactly the way it's always been. Delineation came at the perfect time. And delineation allowed us to separate from all of these people left and right. On top of all of that, family, you got them Nigerians. We ain't forgotten. Donald Trump's still talking about invading y'all. So if y'all gonna get invaded, everybody else is going home. Reverse migration. What else do you got to say? There ain't nothing else you can say right now. 2026 is going to be the end of the tethers. Won't be no damn tethers, family. It's a wrap. I remember everything that they were saying. I remember all that work hard and nigga. I remember all that. Y'all notice they ain't on that type of time no more. You notice them damn videos hating on FBA done slowly went down. It done slowly went away. People ain't really speaking on that no more. Nah. Why is that, family? I'm going to tell you why. It's because now they got to feel that delineation kicking down that goddamn door. That delineation has showed them you can't eat off our plate. You can't steal policies meant for us. You're not going to put your little tether politicians in place to elevate y'all. How that tether politician stuff working right now? How's Omar doing? You doing good, Omar? How's your brother husband and your sister wife? How's all that working? It ain't working too good. They out here having cousin marriages, fam. Ain't none of that stuff gonna get off the ground. The only thing that's gonna happen is we gonna fold these people out, and we predicted it a long time ago. Go back, fam. The cameras was rolling. Go back to 2024, 2025. We was telling everybody out here that they was on borrowed time. They were all on borrowed time. That clock is ticking fast. And if you see right now, the fact that these people are leaving, and you're seeing record numbers of people that are not allowed into America, and you're seeing record numbers of people getting kicked out of America, what does that leave you with? The end of tethers. And foundational Black Americans stay standing on business. We gonna go ahead and chop it up. I'm gonna bring up everybody. Anybody want to come on down? Come on down. Y'all hit that request and we gonna get it in. Shout out to my sister Natural. The floor is yours, sister.
Hey family, I just wanted to go over a couple of current events since we're coming to the end of this year, and how white folks, with us delineating how it has now the white folks admitting that these tethers and immigrants didn't build this country, but before they were all siding with each other, and it's just so funny just to see now the same people that they were trying to have proximity to is like, nah, y'all not FBA. Nope, we want your asses gone. Nope, y'all didn't build nothing. I don't know if you guys seen that Trump is stopping SNAP benefits in these blue states, because it ain't just Minnesota that is frauding out here. So you already know what that means. If they stop these SNAPs in the blue states because they won't share the recipient SNAP data, you know what that mean. It's going to be Hunger Games in those blue states with these Tethers, TQ, all of them, because he's about to expose all of that fraud. So, you know, Black Alpha, you know, he was basically going over the current events with these Somalians, but it's like gang banging with everyone. The Ghanaians, they're fighting with Nigerians. I heard them say if Nigerians come to Ghana, that they gonna get in the streets with them. I see Somalians, Nigerians, and everybody else now they fighting against Somalians. Yeah, I seen the Nigerians saying they about to take it to the streets. It's about to be straight Hunger Games with all them liberals, the immigrants, the Democrats, the Skittle communities, everybody about to be fighting out there. And also, I don't know if you guys seen, like 100 out of 700 immigrant judges have been fired. So yeah, it's about to ramp up. It's about to be Hunger Games in these blue states for real. I just want to start off with that, family.
I'm glad you pointed that out, sister. Family, can we talk about the tether on tether crime? Can we talk about it? See, now they turning on each other, family. Now they turning all that backstabbing, tribalistic culture that these people were trying to come over here to America and put on us. Now they putting it on each other. Every single day, I'm looking at new videos. I'm seeing Nigerians going off on the Kenyans. The Kenyans is going off on the Somalians. Everybody, they pointing them dusty ass, ashy fingers at each other. Man, I ain't never seen so many ashy ass knuckles pointing at each other. They know what it is because they thought they was going to come over here and do that to us. They thought, man, we going to come over there to America. We going to dump all that tribalism on foundational Black Americans. Nope, that ain't work. So if ain't none of that work and you're folding out, you're crashing out, and now you all on your own, they doing exactly what Tethers always do. Now they blaming each other. Family, we have broken these people to the point where now they are blaming each other. All the Africans are turning on the Somalians, all of them. And just remember, a year ago, we was all Black, brother. Remember that? They all Black when they need foundational Black Americans. Now it's me no Black. So if you no Black, then me no help. And that means you on your own. But guess what? You always been on your own because you are not foundational Black American. You are not from this country. So therefore, we going to see you right on out the exit. This is lovely. Y'all remember that Tether lady who was the nurse, and she was talking about she wasn't going to help Black Americans because we was boycotting all them African businesses. Do y'all know she on the internet right now telling Black Americans how good we are and how great we are and how all the immigrants been so mean to us, and she throwing them on the bus? Fam, you be surprised what these people do when that damn green card is in trouble. Yep. You be surprised what happens when that TPS done got cut off. Fam, now we seeing the post TPS, the Tether Protection Services. That's all a wrap. All them green cards renewed. You got a damn senator down in Texas, and he's talking about putting on a law that says we gonna stop all immigration. The travel ban started off with one country. Now it's all the way up to almost 30. It's over with. It's the end of the Tethers. I know they broke down. I know they battered. They bruised. They always been that way. But now you got the opportunity to build your homeland. So your homeland is waiting for you. Go ahead, pick up a mop, a dustpan, and a broom. Go ahead, sweep it on up, and just get the hell on out here. You need to bow down gracefully because foundational Black Americans made it this way. Shout out Twizzle. I see you, family. Go ahead, my sister Natural.
I just wanted to touch on, remember how these illegals was bragging last year? They was getting 13,000 in food stamps, 4,000 in cash. Trump, when he said he about to drain the swamp, that's why he's about to go through all of these states. So like I said, it's about to be Hunger Games out here. And you also said, Alpha, how It's over for the buffer class era. That is over. Y'all getting exposed out here, bootlicks, getting exposed. The racists is out here calling out y'all bootlicks, and that's why y'all immigrants, tether class, whatever. That's why y'all getting up out of here. They don't need y'all no more. Delineation has destroyed it all. It has destroyed it all. Y'all can't cosplay. Y'all can't speak for us no more. You got white tea people out here saying, nah, we clearly know that you're not a Michael B. Jordan. We clearly know the differences. So everybody that y'all wanted to have proximity with is exposing y'all to, and that's what y'all get. And that's what delineation have done. And now what's changing for these Nigerians? So, what changed for them in July 8th? They halted on most of the non-immigrant visas for these Nigerians. So that means their tourist visas, their student exchange visas, anything for business. And that's going to be an act of multi-entry up to 5 years with validity. That means that every time that they enter, they got to do a new application. So it's going to be more scrutiny for them. They're not going to just be able to come over here. And you were also talking about Black Alpha. Now they're going to be required to make their social media profiles public, and also submit history of their social media profiles. So yeah, and like you also said, any of them that want to denigrate and harassing Americans, we're going to tag ICE and everybody else and immigration and everybody in your damn profiles. That's what we're going to start doing. So I just wanted to start off with that.
Oh, it's lovely. Oh, it's lovely right now. Yes, it is. If y'all looking at all the policies, you see now they're saying, let's come up with a new one. How about anybody who comes to the United States of America, we go ahead and we watch their social media accounts. Remember when they were scrubbing the social media accounts? Now they're being examined. Meaning, if you said some reckless stuff about foundational Black Americans and you talked all that dirt about us, they gonna simply review it and they gonna say, oh, no, you can't come into the United States of America. What about this post, that post, that post, that post, this TikTok video, and all your private DMs? Fam, they making these people put up their private DMs. So you know when you got to go there, these folks are not coming into the United States of America. That's what you call paperwork checking. Now, ain't we been out here pulling paperwork? It's funny, fam. It looks like every single thing that the United States of America government is doing is exactly the same thing that foundational Black America's been doing. We've been pulling paperwork. Now they pulling paperwork. We've been talking about delineation. Now they out here talking about delineation. We've been saying that these people need to leave America. Now they saying they need to leave America. It just seems like they watching us, listening to us, and speaking the same exact things that we say, because we are the ones who control everything, the main characters. You didn't think we were the main characters, did you? You thought you were going to come over here with your non-existent hairline and no deodorant in your damn cabinets and talk reckless to foundational Black Americans. You didn't think they'd be this day, did you? You thought a year ago, Mr. Tetherman, you thought you was going to come over here, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, everybody was going to save you, and you was just going to run the yard. I guess not. And it looks like now you're going to have to run back home, or they'll fly you back home. But I got a sneaky suspicion that when they fly you back home, you're going to go over there and you're going to get to running, because all that turmoil, it never left. Only thing that left your homeland was you. You left your homeland. All of the down bad, corrupt politicians, tribalism, backstabbing culture, that's still there. And that's still waiting for you. So you ain't gonna have no outs. It has gotten very, very bad for these tethers in 2025. And I'm telling you now, 2026 to match. It ain't no longer just FBA delineating and regulating. Now it's the United States of America putting out some legislation. That legislation gonna whoop that ass. So trust and believe me when I tell you, family, it's a wrap. That's why you don't see them same videos no more. We can have all these spaces, and slowly, y'all notice they don't come in here no more. Y'all remember? We couldn't even have a space. 5 minutes in, Tethers be on here talking about something. You guys need to work harder, nigga. You guys are so mean. Slowly, 15 went down to 10. 10 went down to 5. 5 went down to 2. 2 went to 0. You don't see them Tethers coming here no more. You don't see it. Why? Is because, one, they're probably too busy hiding from ICE, because word on the street is ICE is in the ice, snatching people up in the snow, so you got to go. And then 2 is, you knew we was right the whole damn time, and you don't want to show your face, do you? It's crazy world, family, and foundational Black Americans are on the main line. And if you look across the whole spectrum, everybody's delineating. Have y'all been seeing Asian social media? Y'all see the way they delineating? My sister just pointed out a minute ago. You see the way white folks are delineating? Everybody's delineating right now, because it's clear all that everybody's just one big black person, man, we done ruined that. And all these other people looking around and saying, yeah, you know what? That's a good point. We ain't all just one. It's all about citizenship. It's all about lineage. If you ain't on that lineage, then you ain't doing nothing. And foundational Black Americans, we out here and we getting it popping. Go ahead, my sister.
I just wanted to say lessons are being learned. You know, and for the Tethers that's trying to jump over here now, it's like, yeah, FBA, all right. No, Tethers. Lessons is being learned so much. I know you guys also heard that they done put Nigerians on a whole curfew from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. off of TikTok. So y'all being ran. Nobody don't want y'all nowhere, not even on an app. So it's so bad that every country kicking y'all out. Y'all getting kicked off the app. Y'all got a whole curfew because they said that y'all Nigerians be scamming the most, but y'all the most that be having the most to say about foundational Black Americans on here. Kenya say that if we deport Somalians to Kenya, that it's going to be some furniture moving around in the streets out there. That's what they say. And then the Somalians say, one of the Somalians say that if we deport Somalians, then we might as well deport all Africans. Look how they are. Look how they are with their tribalism. They don't care, but they want us out there helping them. Look how they are. Oh, well, if you're going to deport us, then deport all of us. But they want us to unify with that. Ain't no unifying with that. That's why y'all have to delineate at 110%. There's no unifying with those people. Period. I seen somebody on TikTok, because y'all damn sure be playing with them over there on TikTok. I seen a dude on TikTok supposed to be in an FBA space, and a dude said that foundational Black Americans, we're dumb for delineating because most of us have children with them. Number one, that's a damn lie for any of you tethers that's listening. And if that's the case, okay, so that means that we're definitely not delineating more, and we need to teach our kids and our grandkids better. Yeah, he said we're dumb. It makes no sense to delineate because most of us have children with them. But I do have a question for you, Black Alpha, because this is something that came across my timeline and has been coming across my timeline over the last week. And excuse my naivete in regards to this, but I want to ask a question. Do you think it's fair to compare passport bros to Pan-Africanism? Are they low-key pushing Pan-Africanism like through sex? Because like now that's something like they had died off. Now I'm seeing that come on my timeline because passport bros, they always supporting lead foundational Black women specifically. Not that all women are the same. It's always specifically you gotta go, you gotta travel overseas because you gotta get away from the Black women. And you know, I see them pushing that. So when I try to correlate, I don't really see a difference between, because Pan-Africans, they always trying to say join this global African unity and then, you know, forget delineation and FBA. We all one. So I just wanted to know, is passport bros, and I also noticed that a lot of them are not of our lineage that's been promoting that on my timeline, but could you find any correlation to the two?
Absolutely. I 100% believe that the passport bros, I believe that they are nothing but a bunch of dusty ass tether scam Africans or a bunch of docs, domesticated off code coons. That's exactly what they are. And you're right, sisters, always this thing about them talking about Black American women. First off, typically Black American women don't want y'all. That's why you got to go hop on the damn plane to go to some dusty ass third world country. Think about it. They live and chase after third world women. And the same thing the Pan-Africans do. They go chase after third world women. That's why every time you see Dr. Umar, he got 100 different pictures with these third world women. Typically, when you got to go get you a third world, that means that you can't survive over here in America and you ain't popping enough. Let me tell everybody this. Foundational Black Americans, it's only for the strong. Only for the strong. And I'm talking about in every aspect. I don't give a damn. We want to talk about economics, education. You want to talk about relationships, dating. It doesn't matter. You can only exist over here on this side, thrive and survive if you got it. Shout out to Master P. If you not, the next thing you know, you got to go get you a little goddamn passport. You got to go to different places. See, How I come up, if you winning where you at, you ain't got to go nowhere. If you really want to go there, passport, bro, it ain't nothing but a damn fleer. You fleeing. You fleeing because you can't get women. You the worst of the worst. You got to go to another country to get women. All these beautiful foundational black American women that we have them right here on this panel. Everybody's listening. Okay, we got a bunch of beautiful foundational black American women. And guess what? They don't want your ass. The same way that these people flee to America, these people have to flee away from America because you ain't strong enough to stand here next to certifieds. So I see a direct correlation between passport hoes and these Pan-Africans and Tethers. They're all the same to me. We put them all in a pot, just a bunch of busters. That's what they all are. They're all a bunch of busters who try to throw smut on the name of us, but in reality, the joke's on them. A joke's on you if you a grown-ass man and don't know women want you where you live, so you got to go get a woman who's desperate as hell. You got to remember, the women that these people chase after, these women are starving. These women are starving. They ain't got a pot to piss in the window to throw it out. They live in the worst of the worst of the worst conditions. So if you got to go get them, what does that say about you? These women will take any goddamn thing. You can give a woman a goddamn plate with 2 goddamn beans on it. To them, that's a 5-course meal. Okay? These people ain't got no running water. They ain't got no lights. They ain't got no history, no goddamn passport themselves. They ain't got no birth certificates themselves. So if you got to go get the lowest of the lowest of the low, that tells me that you're the lowest of the lowest of the low. And I always tell people, certified foundational black American women are stronger than a hell of a lot of men. And that's really where it lies. Half the time, these guys are docile, they weak, they submissive, they punks, they ain't strong. Personally, I think a lot of these dudes be Skittles bag. Y'all notice that with a lot of them passport bros? Y'all notice a lot of them dudes be super feminine? Tell me the time you ever really seen one of them dudes and they manly men. You feel me? They ain't no real riders. They get around some real riders, they fall out and crash out. These people ain't about that life like that. They ain't about that life. These guys are beta males all damn day long. So it's only natural that a loser beta male can't get no women, can't see no women, ain't looked at a woman, cannot get off the ground, got to go all the way over to a third world country to go exploit those third world women. Because losers are going to find each other. And that's why they're together. And winners are going to find each other. That's why we're together. You'd be surprised in life how well things work out. Things just have a way of solving themselves. And that's one of the main keys. So you're absolutely right, sister. These people are fleers. And when we say we breaking down these tethers, busting them down, fam, we are breaking these tethers down to the point where the fleers who are fleeing to America and the ones who have to flee from America. But the one thing they all have in common is that they all have to flee. And remember, the F in fleer stands for failure. Right back to you, my sister Natural, and then we're going to send it to Twizzle. Anybody want to come on up? Holla at me.
Thank you so much, because people be saying naturally you be looking to it always. I'm always too deep, but nah, I be paying attention, and I thank you so much for breaking that down and just confirming what I thought in the correlation. But I just wanted to say again, the current events. I'm tired of seeing y'all tethers across every timeline just talking about foundational Black Americans. We have done all that we're going to do. That's it. This is a season of holding your own nuts. Y'all wanted to sit here. Y'all wanted to have proximity to YT. Y'all wanted to join in with the stereotypes and the disrespect. We're not helping none of y'all. We don't care what's currently happening with Somalians. We're not helping any of y'all. Y'all stay in y'all enclaves. Y'all practice y'all own group economics until y'all need our help. Y'all want to look over here. FBA, y'all lazy. Stop talking about that dumb as y'all protest with George Floyd. Y'all wasn't out. We set it off without y'all. All y'all other people came out there because y'all had your own agendas, and y'all act like y'all was out there for us. No. It wound up being Skittles and everybody else's agenda. Nah, we set it off without y'all. We didn't ask for nobody help. So stop using y'all was out there, BLM. We don't even mess with BLM. Stop using that. We're not helping y'all. That's why you Hispanics are being deported, because all of y'all voted for this. Y'all voted for this because y'all truly thought it was going to be us. Haitians, y'all losing your green cards. Y'all at risk. You got TPSs being revoked. You got Somalians and fraud. Y'all being deported. Yeah. You got these $5 Indians. They out here. They mad because land is being taken from them for sure. Yeah. They out there and on those reservations out there. There's an alcohol epidemic out there. They got opioid crises out there. Fentanyl running rampant out there. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're in. That's what era we're in. We're not playing with y'all. We're not helping none of y'all. We don't care what's happening to the current tether. We're not helping none of y'all. Go ahead, Twizzle.
Thank you, thank you. Shout out to you. Well, shout out to you, Black Alpha. Shout out to you, Natural. Shout out to the family in the room. You know what I mean? Rose City, Black Idaho. Shout out to y'all. Let's see now. The end of tether protective status. And I'm kind of glad for it and I'm happy for it. And I got to give Donald Trump his credit because this is something that I didn't see and something I didn't know. And that blow was like a real shot to the gut. You know what I mean? Because it hit them in a place they wasn't expecting and it folded them. You know what I mean? Like you said right now, it's like what Tariq would say, we're in this together. But I can't say with how I say with the Somalian accent, we are in this together, maybe. But, you know, I don't have a Q-tip forehead, so I can't say it like them. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say, man, that we are on point with this. And we need to keep speaking this at the loudest. We need to speak in this as loudest as we can on top of the mountaintop because this wave is getting bigger and it's finna get a tsunami. And these people are really shook in their boots. And as Natural said, it's affecting everybody because I'm starting to see the effects. On the West Coast, for the first time in over 10 years, you can find an apartment to rent. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling my sister earlier that they had a moratorium to where once these immigrants came over and they got approved, they got 2 years rent free. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of landlords weren't renting to regular people. They was renting to them immigrants because they was getting that money up front, that 2 years money up front. Now all that money is ended. You know what I'm saying? So these people right now, they're running back home with the little money they got, these brand new cars they got, and these landlords are stuck because they're not getting that money. So now they're trying to rent out these places as fast as they can. Every property owner knows you're not making money till that place is filled. So that's what they're trying to do right now. And you, like y'all was saying with the passport bros, I kind of see it different to a certain degree. Like, you know, any weak dude that has to travel out of state just to get a woman, I mean, dude, you really need to evaluate your life. And like the Dr. John Henrik Clark say, if you go there, you need to stay there because we don't need you. You are a weak representative of black men because I am a black man, a foundational black American who traces his lineage back to 1855. All I ever been with my whole life was black women. Never slept with a white woman, no blonde hair, blue eyed Scandinavian woman. Never been with a woman like Ling Ling who got her eyes tight. That's the #1 surgery over there in Korea right now. And I never been with a Maria, a taco eater, or a burrito senorita. I never have. I love my sisters, black women on top, because I love black women, darker than preferably. You know what I mean? Dark skinned preferably. You know what I mean? Curvous, voluptuous, and all that. And there's no other woman that's built like a black woman. I don't care how much money they spend on plastic surgery. They still can't be built like a natural black woman. So I'm proud to say I'm a black man that love his sisters, support his sisters, and will give his life defending his sisters. You know what I'm saying? And to these weak ass dudes that have to go out there. I mean, dude, if you don't have any confidence in yourself, why are you going to lead with your money? Every woman is attracted through confidence. So just as long as you believe in yourself, birds of a feather flock together. Not only that, you will attract that. But, you know, you got to understand a lot of these dudes are mama's boys. A lot of these dudes was raised by their mamas, so they expect these women nowadays to be their mamas. And that's how come a lot of these women can't find no good men because they don't have no time trying to be no man's mama. You know what I mean? They looking for protection. They looking for strength. But these little boys out here, I don't think they want to do is play video games and have everybody do things for them and think everything is a quick phone call away. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I just came to say what's up, man, say what's up. You know, put my 2 cents in a gumball sheen and hope I can get a pop cracker jack box. But, hey, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, Black Alpha Natural, and I land my plane.
Shout out to you, my brother. My boy having them isms. Talking them isms, brother. I ain't mad at you, player. I ain't mad at you. I like the way you just said that too, family, where these guys are so soft. And it's the same exact thing that you see with all of these tethers. Y'all notice, fam, we've been really smoking out everybody, because let me tell you what delineation does. Delineation also creates an environment where it brings the real ones together and closer. And that's what's really happening. That's why my brother Tariq always calls it a renaissance. And this renaissance has been connecting everybody, where now we're sitting here saying, okay, real one, real one, real one, stay here. Fake as hell, fake as hell, fake as hell, get the hell out. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's why we moving so fast and so strong with so much power, is because we getting all of that fake energy out the way, whether that be a passport hoe or whether that be a tether who came here from some dusty country and now they want to act like we all black. No, we are not. We ain't all black, and y'all not real. So if you not real, you not black, you not like us, then you can't be around us. Delineation is whooping them. Delineation is whooping them. And the fact that delineation is whooping them so bad, I want everybody to think about what's the main play right now. The main play right now is what? The 14th Amendment and birthright citizenship. That's going to be the final straw. That's going to be it. And the fact that that came up and that's within the circulation of politics in the United States of America and everybody's talking about that. Have y'all noticed that every single time you start seeing these white folks start talking about it, they go out their way to be like black slaves, black slaves. Every time Donald Trump mentions birthright citizenship in the 14th Amendment, he says black slaves about 3 or 4 different times, reiterating it over and over and over again. That would not be happening without delineation. Delineation is now on the forefront of the United States of America. I be hearing people say delineation continues. Delineation never stopped. Delineation is here. It's on the front doorstep. Kick the door down, all in the living room. Okay. You can't run. You can't hide from delineation right now. The very fact that Donald Trump came out the other day, y'all seen it, unsolicited. Donald Trump says, black people love me and black people know a scam better than anybody. Who was the scam that he was talking about? It's the same scammers that you're seeing all across the headlines in America, the Somalians. So he right there delineated and separated us. Y'all know goddamn well 5 years ago, 10 years ago, what's happening with the Somalians, they would have been saying that applies to all black people. They be saying, look how Trump's treating the blacks. It's the blacks. It's the blacks. The very fact that he spoke about us separately, he said black people, he's talking about black Americans, and then he said scam, and he's talking about the Somalians. That right there is delineation, family. I tell everybody, our victories don't look like everybody else because we ain't everybody else. You got to be able to see what's real when you talk about what foundational black Americans are doing. Donald Trump, clear as day, basically said, yeah, black Americans are black Americans, and all y'all damn tethers are tethers. Y'all the scammers over there. He's saying that black Americans can see through the scams that the Somalians are doing. Well, guess what? You goddamn right. Because we've been the main ones talking about the scammers, the Nigerian scammers, the Kenyan scammers, the Zimbabwe scammers, the Somalian scammers, because a lot of them were calling into these damn spaces. So you know, like I know, like the world knows, that foundational black American delineation is in full swing, and it is the #1 contributing factor to why 2026 is the end of the tethers. It's been a horrible 2 years for these damn tethers. They didn't expect to be in this situation, but they better get used to the situation, and they better get used to that fly infested homeland that they came here from, because either A, they're going to have to stay there, or B, they're going to have to go back there. But C is we going to see their asses leave. Bottom line is that foundational black Americans always win. I'm going to send it right back to you, my sister Natural. Check your DMs too, family.
Okay. I just wanted to say this because, again, I be on all these platforms and I don't know why some of us are still afraid of power and why some of us are still afraid of people saying we're being divisive. Because I see a lot of Somalians in FBA spaces over there on TikTok, and I hear them talking soft to them like, well, we know it's not all y'all that feel that way or was being this way about foundational black Americans. Let me explain something to y'all. All of those Somalis, they are brought up in very strong religious beliefs. from children. Like, we have our beliefs with our family growing up, Foundational Black America. We have traditions and beliefs. You know, a lot of us was forced to go to church, but we weren't embedded or indoctrinated or like in a cult, like where our parents indoctrinated religion in us. Like, this is a way of life for them. So they have strong tradition, strong Islamic beliefs, their family bonds. These people, that is their mindset. So when they have this, these thoughts or disdain about foundational Black Americans, that's how they feel. That is how they feel. So when y'all be like, oh, I know it's not all y'all giving them a pass because you got a couple of them now saying, oh, that's not us. Listen, these people want to use our moral compass. They've never identified as Black. Now they want to identify as Black. These people, they are brought up with these beliefs about us. They do feel this way. I don't care what they say. Even when they assimilate amongst us, you know, in our hoods or these communities, they still are brought up in their strong Somali beliefs, and they feel the way they feel while you trying to give them a bye. Oh, I know it's not all of y'all. Now, one of them, Somalians, have spoken out on the fraud that's going on over there. But what they have done is made excuses while I was over there on TikTok. What I have heard them say is, oh, don't act like y'all Black people wasn't involved in the PPP loan. They could never just take accountability without dragging us in there, and y'all want to give them a bye. We don't have time to cherry pick these people. Y'all want to give them a bye and say, well, we know it's not all y'all. Yes, and to further notice, yes, it is. Yes, it is all of them, because that's what I wanted to say. I'm about to check my DM, fam.
Man, you just said something that we've been pushing for how long, sister? As my sister Natural said, where are all of these invisible riders? Everybody claims to have done something for Black people. It don't matter. We done marched with you with Martin Luther King, Selma, Malcolm X, Black Lives Matter. It's always something. I helped a Black woman across the street in 1952. Ain't no damn evidence. Black folks, listen to me. Listen to me very, very, very carefully, okay? If all these people did so many damn things for foundational Black Americans, we would have all the documents and all the evidence. The fact that we ain't got none. These people have never done anything with FBA. And the only reason they bring that up is because they're trying to get put into good settings to where they can weasel their way in and get something from us. And the few people who did show up to Black Lives Matter, first off, Black Lives Matter was an Tether pro organization any damn way, had nothing to do with us, and we ain't rock with them. And then on top of that, family, what they don't tell you is that they were there so they can take the spotlight and put it on all of their little situations. Y'all tell me one of these communities that march with us with Black Lives Matter, and I don't know who us is, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't never attended no damn Black Lives Matter rally or march. I couldn't tell you where the hell it was at. So this thing where we march with y'all with Black Lives Matter, the average foundational Black American certified, we weren't out there in them damn Black Lives Matter protests. How do you know? Because you can look into the crowd and there was more white folks there than the Grand Ole Opry. Trust me when I tell you that, family. And the few other people that were there, what were they there for? So they can take the spotlight away from Black folks and they could pivot it on to something else. Y'all remember how quick those Black Lives Matter protests turned into vote for Joe Biden and it became a big old Democratic campaign? Y'all remember how quick it turned into the Skittles bag community? How quick it turned into Julio, Romero, Benavidez, Sanchez? How it turned into Lucy Liu, Bruce Lee, and Jackie Chan? That's why they're there. Y'all know how they're always showing you those pictures of George Floyd and they're like, look, this was over in Palestine. Let me tell you something. You can Google it. Go ahead and ask Google to show you the full picture. And right next to George Floyd was Mr. Muhammad III. And they were using George Floyd's picture to bring the cameras in so they can bring a light on to Mr. Muhammad. It was them stealing what happened to George Floyd so they can go ahead and get their own attention because these people can't get nothing off the ground. And isn't that the definition of a tether? And isn't that why these people are broke right now? Because none of that BS is working. You can't come out here right now and say, well, you know, Black Americans, we gonna go ahead and march with y'all and we gonna stomp with y'all. Now we're not allowing that to happen. We made a hell of a lot of gains. And the best thing that we did was shut down outsiders. Outsiders can't come in, and therefore, family, look how fast we've moved ever since. We have moved so fast, basically, by just not allowing these individuals to occupy our spaces. And this is why they're tripping out right now. Notice, y'all, you don't see them videos no more. All them Black Americans come help us. Black Americans, we need y'all. Them videos slowly started to reduce. Slowly start to go away. How about this one? Remember, Black folks, y'all next? They was pushing that all throughout the springtime, all throughout the summer. You heard a few peeps of it in autumn. By the wintertime, they quit saying it. Because I'm still looking around and I'm like, I still haven't seen a Black American get arrested or deported. So what we talking about now? What we speaking about? We telling everybody that all of your scams, your plots, your schemes have been worked up. And what happens when you take that away from a tether? They have nothing. Okay, they ain't even built their homeland, family. How the hell you think they're going to come up with a good justification, alibi, or excuse to steal our stuff? They can't do anything. They're failures. They've always failed. And shout out to, like my sister Natural always says, these invisible riders, we don't see them and they don't see us. Keep your ass on your side of the street. Delineation, as I always say, in my foundational Black American proletarian workers language, I'm going to say it clear, y'all. Delineation is not the nice business. It's the hurt business. And shout out to all my regulators, because I see a hell of a lot of regulators in here. Shout out to my brother Ro. I see you, fam. Shout out to my brother Chris. I see you. Regulators don't care about none of these people's emotion. First thing they do, family, is they come to you and they tell you how close we are. We all Black, brother. We all people of color, brother. We all minorities. And then when that doesn't work, then they go into the, well, we helped you guys in the past. Remember that time way back when we were there for you guys and we marched with you guys? And we say, no, we don't have any evidence of that. Well, okay, well, now you're being divisive. No, we're not being divisive because we were never connected to be divided. Fam, you can't be divided from something you were never connected to. So right there, we done shut down all three of them. Now what you got, Mr. Tetherman? Well, y'all the hate group. Well, you hate on us. So keep on hating and we're going to keep on regulating. And more they do this, they start looking into that bag. That bag is empty. There's nowhere to go. You ain't got nothing to say. Fam, we've been shutting it all the way down. We got rid of all them fake ass terms that connect these people to us. We got rid of all them alibis and justifications. All the shaming and the guilt tactics that they try to use on us ain't worked. You're not going to come out here and make us sad. We're not going to be moping. We don't owe nobody shit, is what I'm telling you. And don't let nobody tell you anything other than. You ain't going to show up with no damn invisible ally and expect me to roll out the red carpet like I owe you something. Matter of fact, I find that very disrespectful. The fact that you think that foundational Black Americans owe you something. So I rejoice in the fact that Heather Gedden is here. And I rejoice in the fact that they asses is out of here. And I'm going to continue to do it because disrespect will get checked. And if you look, fam, we checking it all across the board. If I don't get you, my sister gonna get you. My sister don't get you, my other sister gonna get you. My other sister don't get you, my brother gonna get you. Somebody is going to do the regulating, and it's always going to be FBA on top. So you can like it, you can love it, but you better respect it because you damn sure can't check it and you can't be divided from something that you were never connected. Go ahead, sister.
I don't know if you heard, but I had seen an African saying, I guess he was exposing why the Nigerians got the curfew ban. He said not only was they on there scamming, but they was on there doing those times hunching online on camera each other. But y'all be too busy over here worrying about what we're doing. But yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that they was scamming and hunching each other on camera, and that's why they got the ban. So I thought that was too funny. But what I see a lot on TikTok too, and I don't know, I can't say of these people because I go in there for 2 seconds and I can't even stay in there. I don't know if these people are really foundational Black Americans that's hosting these spaces over there. But please tell me at this point, why are we still explaining to them what foundational Black American means? Like, why are we still having this conversation with these people? I hear us over there hours and hours explaining to these people who we are. They already know what it is. They already know what it is. Why are we still trying to convince these people who we are? We don't have to do that. They know what it is. Let them keep calling us Africans until they're blue, black in their face. It's not going to change what's going on. But just, back to those Somalians, just remember that they are indoctrinated into religious beliefs as young as babies. So when I see people on there saying, well, not all of them, why? Not all of them, why? Because they assimilated into our culture. That's what they all do, and hate us at the same time, so they can leech off our culture. These people don't mean us no good because now you black, now we have to stand with you. And like you said, Alpha, yeah, it's mad disrespectful when y'all ain't done shit. Y'all the same people that have disdain for us to come around now. Now y'all see us, now y'all notice us and act like almost demand, not even just dry begging, almost demand that we supposed to be helping y'all. Do what? Do what? So when y'all be talking to them, it's like I hear some people like they can't do their commentary because they pull back because they don't want to seem too mean. They like, well, I ain't going to say all of them. I'm going to say all of them. Because like I said, meanwhile, all this fraud is going on out here. We have American citizens that's homeless, and I haven't heard now one of them bum ass light bulb, helium balloon heads, cousin loving Tethers say anything about the fraud going on in Minnesota. They gonna put it back on black people. I haven't seen none of them go at the white tea, and the white tea people going hard. The white tea people out here tagging FBI and ICE. But meanwhile, they talking about what we supposed to be doing for them. Mad disrespectful. It is all of them. Stop being soft with these people. Well, I ain't gonna say it's all of them. Why are y'all afraid to step into your power? Say it's all of them. Cause we can't prove nothing else. They not calling their own out. They out here making excuses for Elon and her cousin loving self. They making excuses for the fraud, trying to drag black people in it. But me and y'all there, y'all trying to give them a buy just like you give invisible riders a buy. Why are y'all doing that? That's why a lot of y'all not gonna make it, because a lot of y'all afraid of power. We got the power and y'all afraid to use it. Over there playing with them people over there on TikTok. I'm glad I don't be over there. They will ban me over there. Go ahead, Twizzle.
Yes, indeed. I'm glad you said what you said. Because as me being a man, it's only one thing we all know about power. Power is not given. Power is either taken, you know what I'm saying, or it's lost. So, like you said, in order to have power, that's something that you have to be willing to fight for. And we all know a Tether and a Fleer don't have no fight in them, because if they did, they wouldn't have been on that inner tube across them seas trying to dodge sharks and trying to dodge sharks and a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy you said that. And we was talking about this the other day about the fraud that's going on up there in Somalia. You know, Minnesota, Somalia. You know what I'm saying? They have been doing so much fraud to where, like I was telling some people, right? We're going to go to the nappy head bro, Ilhan Omar. You know what I mean? Because if you seen her with her turban off, I got more hair than her. You know what I'm saying? Her and her husband, the white one, he is a major frauder. He started off a company to where that's what they do. They go after government funds, they go after government grants, and they go after all type of government money, and they get it and they distribute it out there. You know what I'm saying? So therefore they were saying, well, how come when she was a senator, before she became a senator, she only had 65,000. Now, 4 years later, she got 30 million. You know what I'm saying? So like I was telling people, her husband, the white one, not the brother, he's going to turn state's evidence on her. He's going to turn state's evidence, and they're going to seize all their property and everything. And like I was saying is, they're going to send a lot of them to jail. They're not going to deport them for the simple fact they're worth more in jail than they are deported. So they're going to go to jail. Ilhan Omar, she's going to go to jail first. All her property is going to get seized, and that 30 million is going to get snatched. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, these Tethers, these wannabes, and these so-called chosen, these chosen people, they don't know how these white people work. We all know once you start getting a little bit above them, they either burn your stuff or they take your stuff. And these Indians over here who are now the highest wage earners, look at them right now. What are they going at? They're going after Cash Patel. They're going after Johnny Neutron, Vivek Ramaswamy, and they're going after these little Indian boys who's reaching for power and letting them know, sit your butt back before we send you back to dirty Mumbai and y'all over there doo-doo and water and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now they coming after these Mexicans, and they coming after these Somalians, these These people who's thinking that they have the ability to obtain power because they had the access to be sitting next to so-called whitey. They learning the hard way. And I like that. And like I said, they're going to go to jail because they are worth more in jail than they are in their home country. And then just as soon as they get out of jail, they jumping on the first thing smoking back to Somalia or Mogadishu. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you said that, Natural. But hey, that's all I wanted to say. I land my plane.
Thanks, Twizzle. Yeah, I just, just to go back to that, because it just teased me off to just see how people like really over there just giving their power up because you don't want to be the bad guy. We've been the bad guy. Everybody see us the bad guy. So what you care for how they feel if you say it's all of them? Understand, everything is happening. If you don't understand that you got the power, everything, like Cat Williams say, everything is happening because of us. We did this. Like Black Alpha always say, you think Trump and them not listening? They don't have to, these Africans, they come, oh, you don't have no power. We doing it. We running this. Everything is happening because of us. Everything. These deportations, everything. Delineation amongst everything is because of us. So if you don't know you have the power, we running this. There's no explanation. We don't have to explain to nobody nothing. We don't have to prove to nobody that we running it. It's evident. It's evident when everybody is begging for our help. If we wasn't running it, what are they begging for our help for? We running this. Start coming into your power and stop being afraid to say how you feel. A lot of people are afraid to say how they feel and say it's all of them. Okay, you probably have diverse people, whether they in your family or friends or whatever, but we got to call a spade a spade. It's all of them. Just like we don't have no riders, it's all of them. And I ain't going to say it to further notice, because if I don't see people calling out their own, just like when you see these tethers saying, well, I'm with FBA, I ride with FBA, but really? Why? Because you don't never see these people that say that they're riders of ours calling out their own on a disdain. We have no allies, and it's all of them. It's all of them, all of them. Go ahead, Chris.
Looking at always Sister Natural. And I say this, right? They be playing in our faces. They know what's going on. They know about all the history, about all this different stuff. As you say, turn up on these folks or don't argue with them at all and have no discussions that don't make no sense. Our history is well known throughout this United States and the whole world. It's like international history. We're like the only history that matters. The bad part, the sad part is they just upset. You can't handle the fact that we're the lead singer, that we're the star player. It is that coach told you, hey, look, when the FBA come in there, just pass them the ball. Same way on, remember on Love and Basketball when she went to that other country? And then that dude was having a passionate speech in another language. He was just going in Italian. And then she was like, what'd he say? Give you the ball. That's what you're supposed to do. Give us the ball. Let us score the points. Because we've been scoring the points. We've been Kobe, been Jordan. And then the other thing too, right? They be trying to talk like, oh, well, SGA, he's Haitian. So like, bro, we've been doing all this stuff that y'all talking about. We've been had Jordans. We've been had Will Chamberlains. We've been had the Jim Browns. We've been had all these people in all these sports. We the ones who open the doors. We the OGs. You cannot outdo the OG. You can't outdo the inventor who invented it. If we invented the crossover and we invented step back and shoot a three in somebody's face, you can't then do the same thing and then say, oh, well, yeah, we're in now. No, you're just mimicking what we did. And we cool with that. But I'm so glad that this generation came along. I've been waiting for us for so long because the silent generation let people get away with it. They, oh, yeah, well, we did the Euro step. No, we've been Euro stepping. We've been doing all that stuff. That's what we're supposed to say. Not give them credit that they ain't have. And as you said as well, Natural, and I end with this. Muhammad Ali said this best. If there's 10,000 snakes, that's all poisonous. That's going to bite me, and at my door. Should I go through all the poisonous snakes and pick out which one is not poisonous and which one, if it bite me, I might be able to get the antidote for it and feel better? Should I do that?
Or should I just close the damn door and say all them snakes is poisonous and I ain't messing with none of them? Which one should I pick, A or B? And that's what we need to think about as FBAs. And I'll end there.
I also just wanted to say, I don't know if you had anything to say, Black Alpha, that, this is for all you tethers, all of you tethers. All y'all try to do is suck up our moral and social capital. All y'all try to do is hide behind us. Y'all can't do it no more. When we said the capes were disabled indefinitely, we meant that. Y'all cannot hide behind us. Y'all cannot suck up our moral and social capital no more, because guess what? Like I keep saying, the same people y'all wanted proximity to, the YT people out here letting y'all know, y'all not Black American. So while y'all still over here in our face talking about, you African too, you African too, nah, because that little thing that white tea people used to be saying, go back to Africa, they not saying that to us because they already know what time it is. This is ours over here. This is our land. We ain't going nowhere. That's for y'all. So y'all can keep crying, talking, trying to convince these tethers. Listen, we done delineated so bad. Like I said, the YT people telling them, get your behinds out of here. You ain't Black American. The YT people letting the immigrants know, no, you didn't. You ain't built this country. Black Americans built this. That's what delineation have done. So if you don't know you got power, you're in the wrong fight. I keep telling you, you are in the wrong spaces. We did all of that. So I wanted to say that. Did you have anything to say, Black Alpha?
Yes, indeed. First off, y'all cooking all the way live. That's a damn good point, sister. I mean, absolutely good point. All of that go backs to Africa. They saying that to the Africans. They saying that to the Africans right now. Africans are hurt. Africans are just down bad. Africans want nothing more than to have foundational Black Americans look like them. What's up with that, by the way? Ain't that weird as hell? I ain't never seen nobody. Dude be 6'5" on the damn internet talking about, I look like Cat Williams, don't I? No, the hell you don't, homeboy. All right? Stop it. Just quit. You're too damn big. You're too ashy. You're too musty to want to look like another man. All my brothers listening right now, all my brothers. I got a bunch of certified brothers in here. What the hell would you call a big grown ass man that's obsessed with looking like another man? I know you're gonna have a lot of Skittles and Fruit Loops and fruit by the foot and fruit roll ups in that statement. So I'm gonna have some brothers. Anybody want to come up? Y'all go ahead and come on up and elaborate further. But I think we all got a pretty good idea on what the hell we would call that. All right. And next thing you know, you're gonna start having them African men wanting to look like Black American women. I'm saying, fam, but don't stop with these people. That's the definition of a tether. They want to look like everything. Fam, don't be surprised eventually if they don't start saying they look like our pets. Don't be surprised Miss Mutombo say, I look like your pit bull, don't I? I look just like that Labrador. You see, here's the thing. My pit bull is an American. You can't deport my pit bull. My pit bull is right here in the United States of America and can't be deported. But it shows me that you want to look like any goddamn thing. A man, a woman, a child, a dog, a cat. You want to look like any damn thing if that somehow connects you to American citizenship. You can't have it, Mr. Mutombo. You just cannot have it. But that shows you right now the fact that they've been running around here talking all that trash. Y'all remember that Mona Leo, when she was running around here talking that stuff like we all gets pulled over. Let's say this now, fam, and it's safe to say. And we were right already, so it ain't nothing new. All that talk about if we all got pulled over, we would all be looked at as the same. White folks done came out and said, no, we wouldn't. That hurt Africans bad, too. Africans didn't want to hear that. Africans were just distraught. They was like, you mean to tell me I don't look like a Black man? You mean to tell me that you see me different? They did not want to believe that, y'all. They didn't want to believe that. They got ultra silent, fam. 0 dark 30. Soon as white folks start popping out and saying, no, we don't view Black Americans in any way, shape, form, or fashion like Africans, we damn sure don't think they look alike. Y'all seen that clip that went ultra viral with that white guy? I don't even know his name. He's got some little podcast, and he was out there saying, yeah, Black Americans like Michael B. Jordan, they don't look like no damn Somalian, and we won't ever mistake the two of them. Family, not only did that white guy say that, but why did he say that? Why did he go out of his way to speak about that on his podcast? Could it be that he done seen the delineation movement and he went out of his Mayo lane? He switched Mayo lanes into the Miracle Whip lane, and he said, I got to address this. I got to let the world know that Africans running around here saying that is not true. Notice that now white people are addressing the fact that Black Americans and Africans and Haitians and Jamaicans ain't the same. We didn't ask the white folks to say that. We've been over here doing our FBA thing, waving our rollie in the sky, side to side. We weren't doing none of that. We folks now are going out their way to bring up delineation and how separate we are than everybody else. Donald Trump, we just said previously, he says black slave, black slave, black slave, birthright citizenship, birthright citizenship, 14th Amendment, 14th Amendment. Now they saying Michael B. Jordan, that ain't the Somalian. So it shows you right now, my good brothers and sisters, that the delineation movement is in full swing and it's knocking doors down. We coming in hot, bringing all the smoke and all the fire. So all them Africans that was trying to perpetuate that lie, it's over with. And I said this 3 months ago. I said all of that, if we get pulled over, we look the same. Did y'all ever hear white people say that? Because I only heard that come from Africans. So Black Americans didn't say that. White Americans didn't say that. The only people that kept saying that over and over and over again were Africans. And now they done got that damn balloon popped. They done got that bubble bursted. So now the fact that you can't run around here and attach yourself to us with lineage, we're not the same. Heritage, we're not the same. You can't say looks, we damn sure ain't the same, okay? We don't have no goddamn basketball heads, all right? Our heads don't look like a grapefruit on a toothpick. I'm just being honest. So all of those aspects are the reason why you have to hold your own specific nuts. Oh yeah, that's what we're doing now, fam. Everybody got to hold their own specific nuts. All of them. You got to hold your own Somalian nuts, the Kenyan nuts, the Nigerian nuts, if you got nuts. Okay. And that's up to question. But however, if you do have nuts, you're going to have to hold your own because you can't come over here. FBA standing on principle, separating from the crowd. And now even white folks is coming out and saying they not like them. See, fam, we were saying they not like us. Now white folks are saying they not like them. Who would have thought, family, that by the time 2025 would end up wrapping up, folks, including the president of the United States of America, Donald Trump, would insert himself in this delineation movement. And he would say, Africans, Black Americans, I'm going to let y'all know that them Africans over there are not like these Black Americans right here. Checkmate. Go ahead, my sister Natural. Then we spin it to the new speakers.
Okay, I just wanted you to elaborate on this and tell me what you think, because I told you I feel like Hunger Games is going to start in these blue states, you know, amongst these liberals and these immigrants. What you think is going to happen once Trump, because it was supposed to have started the other day that if they did not give up the recipient data, that he was going to stop the snaps in these blue states. What you think is going to happen amongst the tether illegals, the liberals? Is it going to be Hunger Games? What's going to happen in those states?
Ooh, great question. Shout out to the great Dr. Randy Short. He said it's about to be New Tears Eve in Tethergeddon. It is about to be all hell breaking loose. You're going to see more tribalism, more fighting, feuding, more backstabbing culture. I predicted this about a week and a half ago. I think there's going to be a massive story about a tether unaliving another tether. Family, you think you done seen some tribalism. You think you done seen some backstabbing culture. Wait until these tethers get their resources snatched from them and their resource lists. They're going to respond the only way they know how to respond. And that isn't through conflict with another melanated person. Because remember, we're Black, certified, BLACK, and they're MOPs, melanated other people. There's going to be some MOP on MOP crime. There's going to be some tether on tether crime. There's going to be some migrant on migrant crime. Reality has came in now, y'all. Okay, the games are over. We ain't gonna play this game no more. Let's just get straight to the point. Reality done came in. It's a wrap. Coming to America, stealing things from Americans, mooching off of Black Americans is over. All them damn benefits that you got based on the Democrats have been stripped away. So all of those benefits that they thought that they was gonna eat off, now they're gonna starve from. And when they start starving, they're going to start swinging their ashy knuckles, fam. You're going to see some dark knuckles, ashy knuckles. They're going to be throwing ashy elbows, ashy ankles. Flip-flops is going to be flying in the air. They're going to be putting each other in no hairline headlocks. And one thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be popping popcorn and not giving a damn. But let me get to a new speaker right here. I'm going to send it to you, my sister Natural, and then we can get stolen ancestors. But my sister, that's a damn good point, and I want everybody to remember, you ain't seen feuding and fighting and mop on mop crime until Trump starts taking all of those benefits away. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all of the tethers are losing every last benefit they had. And I'm glad. Go ahead, my sister Natural. Then we spin the hands.
Oh yeah, thank you for that breakdown. Because you were saying that you think it's going to happen in 6 months. I think it's going to be sooner than that. Soon as all these TPS and all this stuff get ramped up, it's going to be sooner than that with the gang banging, because they already gang banging. And what I notice is everybody that had disdain for us is trying to fight for our acceptance. And you go on TikTok, Tetherpalooza, all these different spaces of these tethers, pandering to us. And I notice that's probably why, it's a lot of those little, tether sympathizer spaces, because some of us still want to be accepted, just like some of us wanted to be accepted by YT. Some of us still want to be accepted by these, tethers. That's why y'all over there having these little spaces and telling your side and convincing them and going through history and telling them, I'm not telling them nothing. That's why they don't come in these spaces, because they know they can't come up here with that nonsense. We ain't negotiating with y'all. What you want? At this point, what could you offer foundational Black Americans? That's where we're at. What could you offer? And if you can't offer us, keep it moving. Can't offer us anything, keep it moving. Because we already know you can't offer us allyship because you ain't got nothing to offer us. So, all right, go ahead, Stolen Ancestor, and then back to you, Twizzle.
Hey family, Twizzle Church, Arthur Rogue, Black Alpha, Queen Alpha, if you guys is all listening. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I don't know if they're real. I know they're AI, but they've been posting, these immigrants have been posting, especially these Muslims, these Somalians, that they are the real Indians and that they are the real cowboys. I seen that shit and I was like, that's disrespectful to my ancestors. That's disrespectful to my family, number one. So I just want to know, Black Alpha, if I can have your permission to post a real Indian PSA. And that's it. And I'll land my plane.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Make sure you go ahead and put that on up for the family to see. Yes, indeed. Let me say this to that. Let me address that. I'm glad you brought that up too. I'd be remiss if I didn't go ahead and touch on that. First off, this foundational Black American Renaissance has been a reckoning to all of these tethers and everybody who's been running around here trying to thieve off of our indigenous status. And there's been a foundational Black American indigenous Renaissance on top of the current modern Renaissance, basically every era of our existence here on this landmass called North America, and the country that's known by the United States of America, and there'd be no USA without FBA. Every element of our existence is popping right now. So it's no coincidence that these Somalians come out talking about, we was here thousands of years ago when we was kicking it with the Red Indian. Basically what you're dealing with are two frauds, two invisible people, two non-existent people who want to get in on foundational Black American culture or replace foundational Black Americans with them. I simply say that is a typical tether, a typical mop, and it's going to be a typical yo ass going to get deported. And it's funny that they're telling everyone that their boats from Africa landed in Minnesota. Family, isn't Minnesota in the Midwest? How in the heck, what your boat got wings on it? What it do, fly over all the land? You don't even know the geography of America. Sit your ass down. Sit down, go get you a forehead reduction surgery and be quiet. I would think with your best forehead, you would be able to actually say things that make sense. All that damn wasted space. You got all that wasted space on top of your damn shoulders, and you come up with something like that. The Great Lakes is in the Midwest. The Great Lakes are surrounded by land. You didn't fly no damn boat here. The same way that 3,000 years ago you was promised, that ain't happened neither. Family, how bad have we broken these people that now they're trying to prophesize their way onto our land? At first it was we all Black, brother. Then it turned into we all minorities. Then it turned into we all people of color. We all every damn thing. We all the world. Now, when they found out that none of that works, now they saying, well, prophecy said. Let me ask this question to everybody. Do you think Donald Trump is going to say, yeah, we got to let him in because the prophecy said so? You think the folks is going to be nice like that? You think Kristi Noem is going to say, well, we got to let him in? Why, Kristi Noem? Because the prophecy said. What about Tom Homan? You think Tom Homan is going to say, well, you know, the prophecy said 3,000 years ago that they both grew legs and walked from the shore all the way to the Midwest. Do you think that's really what's going to happen? Or Do you think they gonna say the same thing we saying? Shut the F up, sit your ass down, and get the hell out of my country. If you chose shut up, sit down, get the hell out of my country, then you are correct. And we've always been correct. There's only one indigenous people of this land, and that is certified foundational Black Americans. Now everybody want to be indigenous, but can't nobody be indigenous, because the only way you can be indigenous is you got to be a foundational Black American. You can only be a foundational Black American by bloodline and DNA. There ain't no shared experience up in here. And by the way, here's another thing. If you're going to pick a place that you said was prophesized to you, I mean, can it be like Miami or something? Okay, what about LA? Shout out to you, my brother Twizzle. Oh, Minnesota, Minneapolis. Listen, man, I got none but love for the Midwest, okay? None but love. But damn, you gonna pick the coldest place in America. Give me somewhere with 85 degrees all year round where I could have me some damn lemonade on my porch in December. Don't come talking to me about no damn Minneapolis, Minnesota 3,000 years ago was prophesized to you, okay? Shout out to Prince, by the way. Notice that all that stuff about Minnesota, and they don't never show no love to the most famous person from Minnesota, a foundational Black American by the name of Prince. Okay. So somewhere in the universe, Prince is laughing at your ass, because even Prince knows that's bull-ish. The same way we know it is. So shout out to all my certified foundational Black Americans who stand on true lineage business, and all these frauds who popping up left and right trying to get in on some element of our culture. Fam, you got people who want to be FBA today. Then you got the ones who said, oh, we was with you in the civil rights era. Then you got the ones who said we was with you in the 90s. We was marching with you with Black Lives Matter. Now you got the ones saying they was marching with Tonto 3,000 years ago. You and Tonto are both frauds, because you and Tonto both been watching us, and now the jig is up. So pack your bags, hop on that plane, and you can watch us from your village over there in Somalia while we over here balling. Shout out to you, stolen ancestors, for that great answer, great question, and all the above. My sister Natural, and then I see my brother Church in here. Twizzle, let's go.
Okay, before I send to church, I just wanted to say, I noticed also we don't see these Democratic shills up in our spaces. I wish they would come in our space. They are just utterly disgusting. The fact that they so much want to protect these illegals that you're going to allow American citizen snaps, people that need it, American citizen snaps, because everybody's going to be affected when he cuts it off, because they don't want to release the snap recipient data. So they're willing to allow American citizens to starve and not get their snap benefits just to protect illegals. I wish we would hear from a Democratic shield come up in here. We're going to light y'all asses up. Don't come up in here and talk to us about nothing. Go ahead, Church.
Got you, my brother.
All right, blessings. Yeah, shout out to our brother Black Alpha, as well as Queen Alpha, our sister Natural, our sister Stolen Ancestors, Twizzle, Chris, everybody in the chat. I just have to say this real quick because, y'all touched on the Somali situation out there in Minnesota. I just wanted to say, these folks, we ain't really got to do nothing. They're mad at us, but they're the one that's making it work for themselves. Instead of laying low, like somebody who did a crime would do, these folks want to jump on the internet and antagonize all the Nabiscos. They're out here talking about y'all ain't going to be able to stop our takeover and all this other nonsense. And y'all don't think that the president's watching, that Homeland Security's watching. You don't even care that these people are watching. And then when you start to really think about it, there was this Somali kid who I believe got a scholarship over to Minnesota State. And he got up there talking about all this nonsense about Trump and got up there talking about how ain't nobody stopping them from coming to America. And then he must have thought about that, because the very next day he came back apologizing with this full heart, talking about, yeah, I don't expect you guys to forgive me. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. Yeah, because you're putting yourself at risk. So y'all ain't got no reason to be mad at us. You need to be blaming yourselves. You need to be blaming cause the goddamn representatives that did this to you, your NGOs that did this to you, because these are all Somali-based situations. And yes, they're now trying to say, well, look at There was a Nabisco man and a Nabisco woman that was behind it. They were at the top of the pyramid. Yeah, they're at the top of the pyramid, but guess what? You're still in the pyramid. And that's the difference between us and you. Foundational Black Americans, we don't have to go and do all this damn scamming in order to get to where we're going. So it amuses me every time someone says they're successful, they're successful. We've been seeing the ABK, the ancestors come in and show us how non-successful these groups of people were. You had the Nigerians talking about we was just jealous. And then all of a sudden, the whole scandal with the whole situation with the fake medical degrees and all that other nonsense came out on them. And then you had the Somalis doing what they did over there, talking about we were just jealous of how beautiful they are and how successful they are. And then this situation came out. The more they talk, the more the universe responds to them, the more the ancestors say, oh yeah, okay, let's make sure that we show what's really going on behind the veil. Really, we ain't really doing anything. We're just sitting back watching the show. And that's what's pissing them off the most. We're telling you that you're doing wrong. You don't want to listen. You want to go and you want to put 10 times on top of that. And then we say, okay, it's just like a kid touching that hot ass stove after we told him, hey, don't touch that stove. So now you're feeling the burn. But I'll land there, my good brother.
Whoa, my brother church family, hold up. You know, you can't come in here cooking like that, brother, and dip off so fast, brother. I got a question for you. Brother. What's going to happen to Mrs. Brother, husband, sister, wife, Omar out there in Minneapolis? My brother Twizzle made a damn good point. She going to be worth more in jail than deported. I want to know your expertise on this, family, because I seen you breaking it down the other day, fam. I want to know how you feel about the situation, your interpretation of the situation.
Oh, my brother, I'm going to be honest with you. I agree with Twizzle 100-fold. She'll be locked up longer than the folks who actually was embedded into this crime because she was the one that wrote the bill. Her writing that bill put her in the target's eye, in the crosshairs that she never expected seeing coming. Then she want to antagonize the president. So now the president is focused, laser focused on everything that she's doing. Tim Pool, got Tampon Tim, what he's doing, everything that the attorney general is doing. All three of these folks, Trump has a laser focus on. And each and every one of them, now Tampon Tim, he's going to get out of it. The other two, oh no, you're going to be made an example of. And the folks that was actually caught with the money who had bought the houses and things like that, they're going to be put in jail for a little bit, but I guarantee you they're going to be deported quicker than you see Ilhan Omar deported, because they're going to make a staunch example of her, and anybody who think that they can come to this country and become a representative, even though that should be eliminated altogether, but anybody who think that they can come to this country, become a representative, and then take advantage of the American people and the American tax system. That alone pissed off enough people. And when she finds out how the hammer actually drops hard on her, because we talk about her husband and, you know, his little shell corporation that he put up. And this is another thing that people need to watch, too. When it comes to all of these Democrats, well, really all of these politicians, at some point, you're going to find a bunch of people who is married to or have a family member that's in either a consulting business, a security business, a defense business, and they're going to be getting all those contracts. From, if it's not Jambo, the Django Clyburn, then it's going to be anybody else in the Democratic Party, AOC. All of these folks have people within certain areas, and all of a sudden, once they get that position, all of a sudden, somebody they know have this type of consulting business, has this type of security business when they didn't have it there before. Those are all shell corporations. So this is what you're going to see with the whole Minnesota situation. It is all the different shell corporations that Ilhan Omar was involved with, and she made sure those corporations got the funds in order to do what they did. So yeah, she's going to be made an example of. And the other folks that was involved, they're not going to be in jail as long as she's going to be in jail, but they will be deported before she will. I'll land there, family.
Them ops is getting closer and closer and closer. Before I go to my brother Twizzle, let me make this statement, and it ties into what both my brothers were saying. I want everybody to remember all of this talk about why are foreigners getting high ranking positions in the political world. That question came from Black Americans. It's been adopted by everybody else. Now you're starting to see Donald Trump and all the Republicans. They're all talking about that. But let me tell you where that really started, family. That started with Black Americans. Because we were through delineating, again, delineation. We started saying, have y'all noticed this pattern of all these non-Black Americans who portray themselves as Black and they, I don't know, become president, Barack Obama. They become vice president, Kamala Harris. We were the ones who started pointing out how tethers and foreigners are going into our government and they're writing laws that elevate those tethers and foreigners above us. It started with us first, fam. The great Mumi Abu Jamal, he says it best. The person who feels it more knows it more. And we have known about these scammer tethers before everybody else. Donald Trump can talk about it today. Kristi Noem can talk about it today. But we've been talking about this, fam, for really about 50 damn years. And if you really want to go heavy, we've been talking about it for the last 15. And if you want to go piping hot, we've been talking about it for the last 5. We're the ones who started talking about dual allegiances. Now America wants to talk about dual allegiances. We're the ones talking about foreigners in the United States government. Now the whole country wants to talk about foreigners in the United States government. Barack Obama is a prime example of what Donald Trump is saying about Omar right now. Kamala Harris is the prime example. Only difference is that they were doing that to Black Americans and nobody said nothing. We were the only ones saying it. We were standing on that hill. We was telling everybody, look at all these foreigners, people coming here, CARICOM, Jamaicans and Haitians and Africans, talking that we black, don't do a damn thing for Black Americans, but write every single law imaginable for foreigners. How do you think we got these disparities in between what the tethers and the foreigners get opposed to what Black Americans get? It comes from them putting foreigners in the political world, elevating them above us. You'd be hard pressed to find a politician that is melanated, that is a Black American. Y'all tell me who? Fam, you got to search. You got to truly search to find a politician who's typically a Democrat that is a Black American. You can't find them. You can just name him. The White House press secretary, that Pierre chick. She's a damn Haitian. Come on, CARICOM, load it up with him. You can go Hakeem Jeffries. He is a damn, what is him, Cape Beard? These people are not Black Americans. We were the first ones calling out, why are foreigners in our damn government? We were the ones calling out Omar 3 damn years ago. So everything has came back, and what the great Malcolm X always said, the chickens have come home to roost, family. Yes, the hell they have. And now everyone is picking up what FBA saying. Don't tell me that foundational Black Americans aren't setting the precedents, and don't tell me these people ain't listening to what we say. Why do you think, again, Donald Trump popped out of nowhere unsolicited and said, Black people, they see a scam better than anybody? Let me translate that for y'all. Donald Trump really said Black Americans know these tethers and they bullshit. That's really what he said. And he just said it in his Orange Man Mayo version. But it's what we've been saying the whole time. So when you add all of that up, family, and you deduct all of these tethers out of our space and time, you're going to end up seeing these people in some handcuffs. That's exactly what you're going to see. And I'm going to be loving it. The tethercrats is the term in which I came up with about 3 or 4 years ago. And by the way, all that Cohen Tether Pro, I be seeing people saying on TikTok, you know, that's Black Alpha stuff. Okay. Quit using my stuff. Quit swagger jacking my style. And just make sure you say Black Alpha came up with it. Okay. I'll be seeing all them damn TikTok videos and they be taking all my words. Like I didn't just come up with it, and like I ain't got thousands of people who watch. They just taking it, fam. They're like, man, I'm gonna act like no one saw it. Okay, tethercrats, all of that comes from the Democratic Party. We shut all that down, and foundational Black Americans are out here holding it down. You can't get no better. I'm gonna go to my brother Church. I know you want to respond real quick. Then I got you, my brother Twizzle. Go ahead, Church.
Yeah, real quick. I just wanted to also let everybody know that everything that we're doing is obviously working. And when I say it's working, you're seeing people like Kamala Harris. Now they're trying to throw, Kamami out there once again for a new run. So she's trying to get out there right now, 2 years before it's time to run again. And she's trying to say things like, I think it's time we start listening to our base, and we got to have, unity between a structure that benefits not the high ups, but the average working class people. And we really have to start listening to what our base is saying, because they're showing us right now what they want.
All day, family. You know I got you. I'm gonna hold you down. I'm gonna hold you down. Family, I want everybody to think about this. I want to go through and I'm going to connect all the dots, okay? I tell people all the time that we have to focus on where foundational Black American victories are at, all right? The future will be written in foundational Black American handwriting because the past has foundational Black American fingerprints. Now, I'm sure somebody going to take that verbatim and say it on TikTok like it ain't my shit, but it's all gravy, baby. Let me tell you this. We started off calling out these foreign politicians, and now look, Donald Trump's calling them out. We started off telling people to fix their homeland. Now Donald Trump's telling everybody to fix their homeland. And it's not just Donald Trump, it's his whole administration. We're the ones who started saying, hey, you need to start revoking some of these green cards and in all that tether protection services. Now the Donald Trump administration and quite frankly, the majority of America saying, yeah, we need to go ahead and start revoking these green cards and reviewing them and stop these people. We're the ones who are out there saying, how about we quit having these people come to the United States of America, disrespect the flag, and say that they're good model citizens. In reality, these people are moochers, leechers, and all of the above. Family, you can't make this up. They are watching every single thing we say. If you don't believe me, how come the immigration policies of the United States of America directly mimic the delineation movement? How come? That's because they're watching and listening. Fam, y'all be surprised how many of these people are listening. You got the Democrats who listen, and the Democrats try to infiltrate us and spin us in the direction of supporting these illegals. You have Republicans who listen, and the Republicans take our talking points, regurgitate them, and just put their own spin on it. Both of these people are watching us, but what's the common denominator? Us. What's the common denominator? Our power. What's the common denominator is that they see when FBA move, everyone moves. We are the most powerful lineage, heritage, and culture in the United States of America. And quite frankly, it's evidently clear. And this is why everybody was afraid. Let me say this, fam. I want you to think about every Tariq Nasheed space that he did for the last 3 years right here on this app. I want you to think about what my brother's doing over there on TikTok. I want you to think about the spaces that I've done. I want you to think about the conversation these people done had with my sister Natural. They were having all of those conversations with us is because they were afraid that what's happening right now was going to happen. All that you divisive, xenophobic, we all black, can we get along? They had those conversations 3, 4, 5 years ago because they knew that this was coming down the pipe. They knew there was going to be a day where delineation was not only going to be whooping these folks in the street, it was going to be whooping them on that paperwork. They knew Donald Trump was going to eventually get elected and he was going to carry out the largest mass deportation in American history. And I want y'all to see where that's evolved at now, too. You got, again, people coming out saying, how about a full travel ban? You got people coming out again saying, how about pause immigration? Fam, they talk about they want to pause immigration. You know what the hell that means, fam. It won't be pausing immigration for white immigrants. No, it'll be pausing immigration for Jamaicans, Haitians, and Africans. That's what it'll really end up being. And it don't matter how many tether temper tantrums on TikTok you have, you are still going home and you can't do a goddamn thing about it. So when you watch and you examine and you observe the current situation in the United States of America, everyone sees now Black Americans just aren't helping anybody. We've been saying that for how long? It's not my fault that either you didn't comprehend it or you didn't want to comprehend it. Don't act like you woke up this morning, Mr. Fufu, and now you just figuring this out. We've been telling the whole damn world what's going on. How the Tethers can't figure this out, but Donald Trump is saying what we've been saying. So you mean to tell me the Trump administration knows what delineation is, but Tethers can't get it? No, the world knows exactly the type of business that we've been standing on and the principles in which we've been pushing. So therefore, we've pushed these people completely out the fray, and we did it at a perfect time. Look at your headlines, brothers and sisters. They said Donald Trump is going to go over and invade Nigeria. He didn't say all black people. Donald Trump is out here talking about scamming Somalians. He didn't say black people. Y'all notice that the headlines don't say black no more? They start naming these people by their homelands. They start naming these people by their lineage, which ain't our lineage. Do you see what delineation is done? If you ain't got that, let me go ahead and phrase that up for you real good. No longer is it all black people did this stuff where these people can go commit a crime and then we got to wear that damn jacket. But yet let them win an award and then they start waving the flag for Nigeria or Haiti. All that little flip-flopping, when it's bad, it's us, and when it's good, it's y'all. That ain't happening no more. If 5 Haitians run up in the store and steal something, that headline says 5 Haitians. If 5 Somalians scam $3 billion in Minnesota, that headline says 5 Somalians scammed in Minnesota. You ain't seeing no more them spinning it and saying black people. We did that because we made it clear. Delineation done cleared a lot of things up, family. And you're seeing the ramifications of that, and they're feeling the ramifications of that, and the ramifications of that got they asses afraid. And I love it. Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason done all showed up and is chasing all of them folks back to their homeland while we right here in our motherland. You better understand. Go ahead, my brother Church.
All right, family. So I was saying that we know what we're doing is working because Kamala Harris has just been pushed out once again to try to put her face out there for the 2028. But you're also seeing people like Jasmine Crockpot Crockett, who's softening her tone because she's now trying to run for the Senate. Now, what we're seeing here, because they want to make it seem like they had some big wins in this last election, which they really didn't because they only won in places where Democrats was going to win anyway. However, what we're going to be seeing is we're going to see a lot more of them trying to placate towards us because of the fact that all of these deportations that's going on. So now you're getting all of the Democratic boot out of here, basically the bootlicks that's for the Democrats. So you got your little Nigerians going, you got your Somalians going. The Somalis a big part of the situation with them and getting votes. But with all them being gone, who is left for them to get the votes from? It's not them. So I guarantee you that you're going to be seeing a lot more pandering to us because of the fact that they know their base that they're claiming to be their base is being kicked out, being deported. We already know all the folks who was not able to vote that was still voting. Hell, they have Democratic mayors that wasn't even citizens that they're letting continue their their term. So yeah, family, just know that they're going to be coming at us 100-fold on more and more of the same nonsense, but it's going to be sweeter. It's not going to be any of that finger wagging because they know that turned us off the last time around. But either way, they're not going to be getting any type of votes out of us at all, the real ones. The other folks who's already voting for them, that's who they're going to be getting their votes from, but they're not going to be able to get those votes from us. So I see Jasmine Crockpot going right back into the toilet. I see Kamala Harris going right back into the toilet, and anybody else really in 2026 that didn't already have a state-led leg up, they're going in the toilet. But with that, I land, family.
My brother Church has made a dynamic point right there, family. The after effects of our delineation movement and what it's had on the election process has been phenomenal for us. We thought just a year ago, fam, when we was out here cooking the Democrats, that we arrived. Man, let me tell you something. Do y'all see everything that's happening now? What they gonna do out there in places like Minnesota, like my brother just alluded to? What y'all gonna do? Because first off, a lot of those people aren't even in America no more. Have y'all seen the numbers of deportation? If anybody right now has the numbers, because I know they've been posting them and I don't want to butcher it because I make sure I say things that are precise. Can y'all please, somebody, let me know how many people have been deported over the last year since Donald Trump became president of the United States? If anybody's got those numbers, come up and let me know that, because I'm seeing record numbers of people who have been deported. And also, family, there's record numbers of people who cannot come into the United States of America. Tethers are gone. It's about to be a wrap. And remember, now we're talking about legislation. We've already gatekept and kept these people out of our compound. We've been out here G-checking and wrecking them folks. So we straight already. When you compound that with folks getting paperwork that's saying revoked, reviewed, family, that is only double the story. That's a trifecta, as a matter of fact. You're talking about review, revoke, deportation. There ain't no way around that for none of these individuals. So it is clear as day, crystal clear, that the after effects of foundational Black Americans pushing our principles are affecting every single element of these people's lives, their livelihoods. Because in America, there's always been a systematic structure that allows people to come here and to benefit off of the shoulders of Black Americans. Those days are over with, family. And it is a reckoning. There's a remodeling, remolding, and reshaping of the actual fiber of the United States and how we structure and move about socially. And it's one that is going to be pure for FBA, the way that it's always been intended to do. It just took some certified sisters and some certified brothers to stand up, put our chest out, and start checking every damn dusty tether in sight. And look what that has gotten us, family, to the point where it's went way further than just conversation. It's went way further than just individuals. Now you're seeing this go down all across the spectrum to where these people and the benefits that they thought that they had are staying right here in house. That's why we've been moving so fast and so furious in such a short amount of time, is because we got individuals out of here. Remember, y'all, our problems are not when we are being independent and isolated. Our problems are when we are being viewed collectively, because the people in which they connected us to, those people never had our best welfare, well-being in mind. So now we've cut all of them people out and pulled the plug, fam. We done yanked that damn plug out the wall. So everybody got to hold their own. There's power in a lot of that. So you can no longer use those terms that connect you to us, and you can no longer run around here and jump on FBA's back and think you're going to get a piggyback ride to the bank. Hell nah. You're going to get a ride in a van to the airport and your ass is about to go back home. That's about the only ride you're going to be getting. So the foundational Black American EBT cards have been cut off, and everybody now has to get it on their own. And let me say this on top of all of the great points that we've made. Fam, let me say this. This is like phenomenal. Remember when everybody was saying that the National Guard was going to D.C. to get Black Americans, proving that the National Guard was going to D.C. to go get the Tethers? Remember when they were saying that the National Guard was going to Chicago to go get Black Americans, proving that the National Guard was going to Chicago to go get the Tethers? Remember when they were saying that the National Guard was going to go to Minneapolis, Minnesota to go get Black Americans? Well, apparently it's the Somalians. Do you see how Donald Trump did the same play that he did back in LA in the beginning of this summer? And he was talking about getting these National Guard people to go there and to go after these illegals, and everyone tried to put that on us. And we were the only ones over here with our hands up saying, that ain't about us, homeboy. I seen the videos. Y'all seen the footage. Let me ask you a question. Have you seen more footage of the places I just named? Chicago, Minnesota, DC. Have y'all seen more footage of the National Guard or any authority or ICE going after Black Americans? Or have they been going after illegal immigrants? I rest my case. These people were never coming after us. It was never about us. And all that BS about we next. No, only thing we next for is that reparations check. And it should have been with us a long time ago, but don't worry about it. We'll be right back around to you and you're going to cash it. So don't be mad that you wanted us to have to deal with deportation when really we was only next for reparations. Easy work. Go ahead, my sister Natural.
Like you always say, it's about the money. If it ain't about the money, it's about the money. We know what it's about. So I just wanted to say that these people are so damn desperate. We destroyed everything. Even after Elon exposed where these people are located, they still on here trying to troll. They still trying to save face at the very end. They're on their last leg, still on here trolling. Y'all need to give it up because, again, we have completely destroyed any and every last trick. I don't even know what other trick could they come with, because y'all tried with the conscious fleas. I barely see him now. I don't see him shielding like he was, because we done destroyed the Monaleos, the Affinis, the Pan-African movement, the passport bros. Like, we've destroyed it all. What's the trick? I mean, there's no other trick. Y'all can't remix foundational Black Americans. We ain't trying to have y'all trying that with that African American. Y'all tried it with that Black American. There's nothing else. All the tricks are out the bag. What y'all gonna do? What are y'all gonna do? Why y'all always coming to our spaces asking us what's the end goal? What are y'all tethers gonna do? That's what I want to know. Go ahead, Church.
Oh, family. I just wanted to say, real quick, real simple, the conscious plea situation, that is becoming a situation that is more and more visual to all the tethers. They've been moving away from the conscious plea, Roy. So yeah, he just basically shows up, and then everybody knows that there's an op in the building, including the tethers. So yeah, we didn't already scratched him out too.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I said that that's the one thing that we've been doing is making all the voices obsolete. As Alpha just said, is correct. Reparations is the final boss. I mean, because they've been reclassifying us so much, we classified ourselves. It has documentation. Every single person knows that. As you say, National, we just wasting time, really. I think maybe some of us, myself, I'll speak for myself. I like intellectually on them whenever it comes to all this history stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just be like, hey, whether you like it or not, whether it's Tyreek who say it, Alfred who say it, National who say it, even if we call you all kind of mothers or with it, it still doesn't make up the fact that the history is still what it is. At the end of the day, we built this country. At the end of the day, only certain parts of the railroad was built by the Chinese people. At the end of the day, every war that was ever fought, Black Americans fought in it and turned the tide. Like I was telling some other people, like Brother Marcel, a good book that people should read if they really want to know how the freedmen held it down. It would be President Grant's memoirs. In it, he speaks about Black American soldiers, Vicksburg battle. There's a couple other key battles that he talks, in depth about it. So you'll know. But naturally, what I'm saying is that they know what all this stuff is. At the end of the day, as I just said earlier, they know we're the lead singer. We've been being humble for a minute, and we've been allowing them to get a fair cut when we've been singing and just, falling on the stage, doing all the stuff that we do as FBAs. And we've been allowing them to get the fair cut when they really ain't been singing and doing all the stuff is we've been doing. And now we finally saying, you know what? I'm going solo. And while I'm going solo, I'm taking everything with me because I've been the one singing all this stuff anyways. And I really just been letting you sing back up just a little bit, trying to be nice. But, because, you somebody from around the way, you like a little bro. You know what I'm saying? And they don't like being a little bro. That's what you is, your little bro. We just brought you along because mama said, the government, like, this your little brother. You got to take him with you. You really ain't my little brother, like talking about, but I'm trying to, be cool. And y'all took it too far. And I land there.
I guess, Chris. I guess. But what I wanted to say, what I seen is real weird. Also on TikTok, see, because they don't bring that nonsense over here in Black Alpha Space, as you notice. What I seen over there, the weirdest thing, now there are Africans running FBA spaces acting as the mediator for Somalians. So they supposed to be on our side, but they are the ones hosting the spaces and we're in their spaces going after Somalians. What in the Tether Palooza is going on over there on TikTok? What in the world is going on? Y'all got Africans hosting FBA spaces that you are going in just so you can go after Somalians. No, it's up and stuck for all of them. What are y'all doing over there? Yeah, it just raises my pressure. Go ahead, Church.
To our sister Natural's point, there is, I know you all probably seen that video clip of Tariq and all the brothers and sisters on the panel clowning the one milk dud head dude. He's supposed to be, or he's been claiming to be half Nigerian, half FBA. And I had to put out a post to let everybody know because I didn't caught this clip with his Uncle Ruckus rhetoric several times over that this man is not FBA. He is not half FBA. He is 100% a Nigerian. He lives in goddamn Dallas and he's a real estate agent. I've checked this dude several times, and he has never once claimed to be FBA until he got up on that stage with Tariq. So when you say there are people out there who are pretending to be us, you are absolutely correct, because I know that dude for 100%. His mother and his father are both Nigerian. So yeah, I wanted to drop that on you, because you 100% fold on that, sis.
The sad part is the Africans that are hosting FBA spaces look like they just walked off a Naked and Afraid. What are we doing? They look like they literally just walked off the Naked and Afraid, straight out the damn jungle, and they are over there hosting FBA spaces. So there ain't no misunderstanding. They have and have nothing. Why are we going in these people's spaces? And I be catching y'all, and I be screenshotting y'all. Black Alpha can let you know. I already know who y'all are. I be screenshotting all of y'all. I don't know what y'all doing, but y'all not really delineating. Y'all really want to mix it up with them. And that's probably why the dude feel the way he felt, like us delineating where most of us are laying down with him, which I feel that's a lie, but maybe that's why a lot of them feel that way, because of y'all that y'all have diet low, delineating, but y'all really not delineating. When y'all over there, y'all really trying to mix with them. Y'all are the Tethers sympathizers, because that is insane to me. This nigga look like he just walked out of Naked and Afraid. This nigga is over there hosting FBA spaces, and we're up in there like, take us to your leader. He's hosting the space, and y'all in there having debates with Somalians in an African space about FBA issues. Like, what is going on over there, TikTok? All of y'all that be over there in TikTok, what is going on? Yeah, we need y'all to come back over here to the other side, because something's going on over there. Maybe y'all done fell into a portal over there, Tether sympathizer portal or something. We're going to bring y'all back over here, because something is going on. I'll be watching y'all over there in them spaces. Y'all done fell in the portal. Come back into the light. Come back into the light. We still delineating over here. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I'm actually finna do my first TikTok in like about an hour from here now, because I'm gonna start packing some of their asses up. Well, sorry for the language, my bad. I'm about to start packing some of them up with the scholarship, not arguing back and forth. Just pretty much like I always been. When you come up, don't be just blabbering some stuff. Do you have the history to back the stuff up? Because I already been to school and all the stuff anyway, so most of it anyway. So if you really tell me some bull, hey, bye, bro. I don't have time to hear all that stuff you making up. When, like, for example, I just hit him with, I don't want to hear all this, because in your country of Nigeria, you can tell me about your language all you want to and how indigenous it is, but the national language over there is English. So what are we talking about? I don't even care. And that you only speak in your village anyway. Next question. But that's what I plan on doing to him. But I do agree with you. It's too much sympathizing when it comes to all this stuff and acting like these people don't know. They be trying to, I don't know. But I do agree with what you're saying. Most definitely. I didn't know Africans was doing that. I ain't even trying to go over there, hold no conversation on African and listen to them. You gotta explain more of that. Like, that's crazy. Africans on this. All right, let me go ahead. Let me land. I see hands up.
Yeah, unfortunately, TikTok is the land of the delusional tether. And I guarantee you're going to see all kind of people. And I had to deal with this several times over, people claiming to be FBA coming out against FBA, claiming to be indigenous American, come to find out they're from Haiti or they're from freaking Jamaica or something like that. Unfortunately, you're going to catch a lot of that over there, because on TikTok, apparently anybody can be anything you want to be, and nobody's going to really question you until you say something that's off code to them. So you have all these so-called indigenous Americans. They'll let these folks be all up in their spaces, and then they'll turn around as soon as they say something that's derogatory about the indigenous Americans. Then all of a sudden, now, oh, you're not indigenous. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's no type of checking. There's no type of vetting when it comes down to those type of spaces. Really, to be honest with you, for the most part, FBA, we're the only ones that tell people when they come up, hey, your name, your ethnicity, where you're from. That simple. Are you foundational Black American or are you not? It's that simple. But to be honest with you, Chris, you should be very straight up when you go over there, because at the end of the day, just like with that Frank Zainu dude, none of these people are qualified to have a conversation about what they don't understand. And they don't understand us because they're not us. There's a whole difference between us and them. And just like they wouldn't allow us to go over to Ghana and try to tell them about themselves and make sure that they, God dang it, you see the Hebrew Israelites go over there just to say Jesus is black, and they got stoned. You dig what I'm saying? So let's be very clear about this. None of these people are qualified to have these type of conversations about us or with us. So yeah, I would suggest that you just shut down any and everything whenever it's possible. On GP, I'll land right there.
I just wanted to say, and this is why there's no reason for us. I mean, unless you, like you say, Chris, you just want to intellectually beat them up. But to me, it's pointless, because remember, we're the ones that have the global social influential capital. We are the moral compass. People globally adopt everything that foundational Black Americans do. These people know this. I don't know what we're proving to them. We create everything that the entire world copies. That's us. Okay? We set the symbols of what Black identity is. Us. These people ain't identify as Black. We made Black cool. That's us. Okay, so we show the entire world. That's why they're going to hold their own nuts. We show the entire world how to fight white supremacy and oppression. But what do? They wanted to have proximity to it. So we don't care. We don't care what they're going through. We tried to teach y'all. We tried to show y'all how to fight white supremacy. What we did. How we fought oppression. But y'all wanted proximity to it. Y'all wanted to join in with it. So don't come to us talking to us about, oh, white supremacy. Oh, y'all doing the white man's job. That stuff, y'all can't shame us. We ain't helping you. Y'all doing it for the white man. Y'all doing conquer and divide. We ain't trying to hear none of it. We were already divided. You can't shame us with it. Cause y'all the ones that use YT talking points. Y'all the ones that use their stereotypes against us. Y'all never identified as Black. We made it cool to be Black. We set the symbols of what Black identity is, us. Now y'all want to come hijack it because y'all think y'all can hide under us and suck up our moral compass. We ain't loaning it to you no more. It's over indefinitely. So I did want to say that, family, I am leaving early for the night, but I hope everybody has a great evening, okay? I do hate that these tethers don't never come up and speak for themselves. You know why? That's why it don't make no sense to beat them up intellectually. They know what time it is. They go in those spaces that they know people are going to go back and forth. These people are eating off of us. Like I said, Mutombo over there holding FBA spaces, and he looking straight out of something from Naked and Afraid. And I ain't talking about the contestants. I'm talking about one of the damn wildebeest. And we over there letting them run these people still eating off of us. They eat off of Tariq. Everything that we do, they got a space. They got a recap. They got a TikTok live. What do you feel that you need to intellectually beat them up for? For what? What are we proving to them? It's like we got to keep proving. Why? Just because they keep saying, you ain't Black, nigga. You from Africa, nigga. We know that's not the truth. So what are we trying to convince these people? These people, every argument is for bad faith arguments only. It's not to be genuine. It's not because they genuinely do not know. That's why we don't argue with them over here. Like I said, if they ain't coming, bending a damn knee and on their knee offering us something over here, they can't tell us shit. You either coming with things to offer or what we talking about. We don't have to convince people what our lineage is. We really need to get outside of that. We really need to stop feeling bad for being this way towards them, delineating towards these people. Because these people don't have no feelings when we're being attacked by others. They join in. They have no feelings with their disdain. And when things was happening to us, I don't give a damn about no marching with no George Floyd. We get out here on the daily. I don't see no immigrants on the side of the road marching, asking for no anti-Black crime bill. I don't see them fighting for that. They want to talk about kids. Our kids can't even sell water. They can't even do a school fundraising without the cops slamming our kids up. I don't see them out there fighting for that. Y'all better stop feeling bad for these people. I don't give a damn if it is a kid. Ain't no child too young to get their asses tossed about this country. So stop being soft with these people. Good night, y'all.
Shout out to my sister, always bringing that fire. Always. Hey, y'all know how it go. A family that regulate together stays together. And a family that came here illegally, your ass is going to leave here illegally the same way you walked in this damn country. Let me say this, fam, and I mean this on certified time. We out here standing on the business that we've been standing on, and we've been really out here holding it down. By the way, FBA all damn day. And they understand that when you foundational Black American, you foundational. These people are not foundational. My sister makes a great point. The average person who comes here to America that talks that we all Black talk, they don't ever advocate for anything that is beneficial for Black Americans. They only get behind immigrant rules and immigrant laws. That's all they get down for. So it shows you what they really for. They can talk all that talk and they can speak all that we Black and all that because they not. That's fam. That's why we call them mops, melanated other people. All right. They not Black folks. No, not like us. No, it is what it is. We can go ahead and make clear. Hell, they say they not Black. All right. So they not Black. Their paperwork ain't Black. They don't stand on Black. So your ass can't be Black. Good. Black don't want you. I made that crystal clear. But on top of us making that crystal clear, fam, look what these people do when they get over here. They get behind what? They get behind laws for immigrants. They get behind laws for migrants. They take all the benefits for them. I ain't seen none of these tethers at any reparations hearing unless they're trying to steal our reparations. You damn sure ain't seen them pop up at any type of function where we're standing on business for anti-Black American hate crime law. That's why a lot of people say, how about an anti-Black American hate crime law? And y'all can go get you a melanated immigrant one if that's what you want, okay? So it shows you right then and there where their mind is at, where their thoughts are, and where their heart is. It's over there with their immigrant side. And they're going to have to stay over there. Only thing we doing, fam, is holding it down. And we keeping it all the way real and all the way live. And all the way real and all the way live is one damn thing. That's the lineage, heritage, and culture and the whole certified 100. We stand together. And that's what we've done, fam, by us regulating, because you can't be a delineator unless you're a regulator. Okay, you can't be out here playing patty cake with these folks. And we ain't out here on none of that. We out here being real with it, exceptional, and letting the world know that we have our own goals, we have our own aspirations, our own desires, and it's completely separate from anybody who comes to the United States of America, because we ain't come here, we from here. And there's a big damn difference. So as we go through this whole process and we start breaking things down and we move around, you're seeing these people have these temper tantrums because those fallouts and crash outs that they've been on isn't working. They basically right now just a kid kicking and screaming and don't nobody care. You kicking and screaming, but you still leaving. So when you're still leaving, what do you got now? And when we talk about TikTok, like my sister Natural was just saying, they over there trying to put on that cloak and trying to put on that mask. I said that at the rally for reparations when I rocked the crowd on stage. I told everybody, I said, when you pull out that mask, y'all, and you peel back them layers, you see these folks ain't like us. These folks are not us. And there ain't nothing wrong with letting somebody know that you are you and they are them. They don't like who they are. That's what it's really about. They don't like who they are, and deep down inside, they envy foundational Black Americans, and envy turns into jealousy, and the jealousy turns into vitriol. It's just a bunch of effed up, twisted up emotions for somebody who ain't building. Fam, there's only going to be winners and losers in life. Okay? That's all it is, fam. There ain't nothing in between. You can't halfway and part-time win. Foundational Black Americans, we win, and all of these little mops out here, they losing. And a lot of these domesticated, you know what I'm saying, folks, or should I say domestic folks out here, they losing as well. So when you take all of these losers and you add them all up, they over there in their area, and they now are dealing with the reality that anything that you get in life, you're going to have to get on your own. We've been getting it on our own forever, for eons. That makes them very, very petrified and terrified because they've never gotten anything on their own. And now all of those second, third, fourth, fifth generation anchor tether babies, now they got to get it on their own. So what's really going to happen now when a bunch of people who don't know how to build, don't know how to innovate, don't know how to create? What happens now when you tell them you got to go ahead and get it for yourself? They crash out. And look what we've been doing, fam. And look who we've been making crash out. The Pan-Africans crashed all the way out. Tethers crashed all the way out. These mops crashed all the way out. A lot of these little bums on this app, they all crashed out. Everybody mad. Everybody upset, everybody angry because they ain't got no spotlight and they ain't shining. While foundational Black Americans, we shining above everybody in every way, in every shape, form, or fashion. It feel good being number one, and I don't even know what it's like to be anything other than that. Go ahead, my brother Church.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on this too because, our sister Natural did touch on this earlier and you did as well. The situation with George Floyd that they keep on bringing up, talking about we was marching with you and all this other nonsense. Well, the part that they're leaving out that is that many Somalians from 2020 on up to 2025 has been not only making fun of George Floyd, but they've been reposting those damn pictures that the Nabiscos was posting with the knees on their back and the knees on their necks and things like that. Those Somalis have been doing that a while now. So while they're sitting there saying, oh, yeah, well, we marched with you for George Floyd. If you did, whoever did, you then turned around and started making fun of him when you thought the time was good. So, yeah, we're not even going to listen to none of that nonsense. And then the second thing, and Brother Divine from the Freedmen Project said something that I truly believe we need to switch up our whole thing that we're doing here with the anti-Black hate crime bill. Yeah, I think that should be switched up to the anti-Freedmen hate crime bill because, before we just wanted to protect the flat blackness, or if you Black and you go through these hate crimes, then yeah, we want that protected. But now I'm like, you know what? Let's be even more exclusive. Let's delineate even further. So let's do an anti-Freedmen hate crime bill and really just hold that down. That's just my suggestion on that. But lastly, I have to admit, if you watch that whole Frank Zanu interview, there is actually one part in there I will have to agree with Frank Zanu. And I hate that I gotta agree with the man, but I gotta agree with him on this. And that is, one of the brothers asked him, he said, do you think it is possible for us to come together and unite? And he said, no. What is uniting? What does unity look like? Why should we get together and connect with each other? And there is no benefit on both sides. So even he knows that, God dang it, there is no Pan-Africanism over in Africa. He knows that they're not coming here in order to unite. And God dang it, don't let any scam African or any of the Africans that's going around talking about, once they're done with us, they're coming after you next. All they're trying to do is trick you and peer pressure you and into fighting their fight, because they know damn well on the continent, none of them would link up and fight this fight. They know damn well that the goddamn people here aren't linking up to fight the fight for the Somalian when it's about the Somalian, to fight the fight for the Nigerian when it's about the Nigerian. All they do is turn corner and point their finger at another tether in order to get the spotlight off of them, or try to get the spotlight off of them. Try to become the lapdog that the Nabisco want. Oh, see, that's the bad tether, but please, I'm the good one. Pat me on the head, White Zaddy. That's exactly what these folks are doing. So don't feel no type of bad. Don't feel no reservations about it. These folks already know that there is no Pan-Africanism. There is no unity. They don't even know what unity looked like. But I'll toss it back to you, my brother.
Man, that's an extra good point right there, family. Extra good point. By us delineating, separating, and regulating, we don't put a spotlight on all the things that these people try to project onto us. We don't put the spotlight on and say, well, y'all don't do none of that over there. Y'all don't get along with each other. Who hates Africans more than Africans? Who hates Jamaicans more than Jamaicans, or Haitians more than Haitians? They don't like anybody with any form of dark skin. And you can just look at their resume. The resume shows that. I remember back in the old days when they used to try to sell us this thing that they were over there in some type of harmony. Everybody was getting along. They was all on the same page. Man, hell no. And Black Americans have exposed that point to where now you can look and simply say, look at all the turmoil and all the strife that y'all got over there. Y'all feud and fight with everybody. But notice, fam, you don't see that same act of aggression towards colonizers who go over there. They got a new colonizer every weekend. The whole earth is over there colonizing them. They literally passing batons on who's going to colonize Africa. Y'all know what's going on in Jamaica and Haiti. You don't even own your own land, but yet you want to come over here and talk about what we do wrong. If you sat here and you talked about what these individuals need to work on in their own homelands, that would be a full-time job, family. You'd be drawing a pension. All right. You can retire. You can work until you 68 years old and retire just studying all the conflicts and inner turmoil that they got going on in the diaspora. A diaspora, like I always say, in which we are not a part of. These people feud and fight left and right. All of those countries, family, they beef over everything. They beef over who can have access to the water well, who can have the dam, who makes the best jollof rice. These people be having blood feuds over things that simple, but they want to come over here and preach unity, fam. They don't preach unity over on the opposite side of their borders. Why are you coming over here trying to preach unity on my border? Because deep down, what it really is that you want what I got. You want everything that I got. And that's been the underlying thing that a lot of people just don't want to say out loud, but we gonna say it out loud because we don't give a damn. These people want what Black Americans have. You're talking about culture. You're talking about heritage. You're talking about reparations. You're talking about everything, citizenship, everything. And they can't get it. So they just literally been going through the book, trying to find something that sticks. Let me try this. Let me try that. Let me try this over there. Let me try to hit them with a Wakanda package. Y'all notice the way people been behaving ever since we really started popping with the grassroots certified movement. When the certified movement started booming, now everybody want a piece of us. Everybody want to get in. Family out here talking about prophecies and scripture. They out here talking about we all Black. They out here talking about we all family. Man, they doing everything so they can try to get foundational Black Americans to put our flag down so they can pick it up. That's what it's really about. That's what it's really about. They're trying to run that fake village hustle on us, that fake scam African hustle on us. That stuff ain't working. Why you think James Smalls crashed out? James Smalls crashed out because James Smalls is a part of a failed ideology called Pan-Africanism. Dr. Umar, failed ideology called Pan-Africanism. The same way they crashing out is the same way these Uber drivers are crashing out. They all have some type of fantasy that they've been trying to hold on to, and ain't none of it working. They all are out here trying to thieve off of our heritage and our accomplishments that they just cannot have. And they getting told no. If they spend half that time worrying about their homeland or resisting every supremacist colonizer that shows up, they might be somewhere. But right now, let me tell you where they at. Right now, they down bad. And that clock is ticking. And 2026 is the end of the tethers. And I send a certified salute to all the real regulators out there who've been putting in work, because it's all of y'all who putting it into all of this. That's what it's really about. Look how they are today and look how they were this time last year. They not even talking. Some of them disappeared. I'm going to be honest with you, fam. When you look at these tethers and the ones that been coming in these spaces and you like, damn, I ain't seen Mr. Fufu 159. That's because Mr. Fufu 159 is back in Rwanda. You ain't seen Mr. Jollof 737. That's because Mr. Jollof number 737, his ass is back in Uganda. They gone. A lot of these people are gone. A lot of these people done got arrested. And these folks done got sent home to their motherlands, fam. It's over with. The jig is up. And that's because of us. That's because the certifieds. That's because gatekeeping. All of that is what you do. Remember, fam, there's movers and shakers out here. There's real movers and shakers who've been really standing on business, y'all. And we've been out here holding it down. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters who really got it popping. You know what I mean? Not bums who sit around and all they do is hate while they watching somebody else shine all damn day. While they sitting there watching us ball out and all they doing is falling out. Shout out to the brothers and sisters who understand that we are carrying this movement on our backs and everyone else is falling back. That's what it truly is. And if you watch and you examine these individuals, they want from one app to the next app. They over on one app trying to play us, trying to look like us. Brothers and sisters ain't falling for that. Brothers and sisters is looking at these people and saying, oh, hell no. Hell no. Like my sister Natural just said, these folks look like they just came out the damn bushes. How you look like you just came out the bushes and you expect us to fall for that? None of their games are working. None of their hustles and scams are working. And that lets you know that what we're doing is working. And it's working mighty fine, fam. It's not just about how much we winning. It's about the fashion and the dominance in which we're doing it. My sisters are on cold mode than ever. My brothers are on cold mode than ever. Everything that they thrown in our direction has just quite frankly faltered. And it's a good thing. And now starting to realize y'all seeing that shift, right? You seeing it? I'm seeing the shift. What I'm seeing now is all the people that were running their mouth before, they get more and more quiet. You don't even hear a peep from these people. Be honest with you, I see more dusty ass domestic off-brand coons right here on this app running their mouth hating on FBA and hating on other black Americans more than I see Tethers. You know what I'm saying? But two losers gonna stay together and winners gonna keep on shining. I guess that's why we shining and they losing. Checkmate, homie. So when you see us out here doing what we doing and you see us out here winning in this extraordinary fashion and you see all the other losers over there in the corner, over there in the little pocket where don't nobody pay them no attention, we just stepping on them, that lets you know that this era and this generation, this renaissance is in full damn swing.